Hey everyone, it's the end of the year. One, the next year's coming up, and two, the Game Awards is happening. I just thought I'd go over and talk about what games I would nominate for Game of the Year, because the Game Awards doesn't have taste. When I was compiling my little list of things I would nominate, I just realized that I didn't really play a lot of new games this year. I mainly just played through Shovel Knight for the 17th time and XENOBLADE. That's about it. I thought I'd go through some games that I'd, like to see nominated for that good old Game of the Year title. Now keep in mind, if the games that I nominate aren't on your list or anything, don't take that as an insult to your games or anything. All right, the Game Awards nomination, it's simply to say that this game is really good and we should appreciate it, not that every other game is trash, because we can always lift something up without having to bring something else down. I think that's why is everything so competitive nowadays. I'm going to go in chronological order of when these games actually released. So what I'm going to talk about first is Pokemon Legends Arceus. Arceus, I don't know. Who know? I don't know. How to pronounce Arceus. Arceus. I was right. You're wrong. All right. It's Arceus. It was the first new thing that Pokemon has done. And granted, there's a lot of problems with the game. There's a lot of problems with it. But looking back on it, I thought man, Pokemon sucks, man. I'm not having fun. But really, I was having fun. I was having fun the entire time. And I think we just got to stop hating on Pokemon so much. Yes, it is like a multi-billion-dollar franchise, and it's not doing the best products it can. But you know what? I'm not going to stop myself from having fun with the Pokemon game. I'm going to have fun playing Pokemon. I do think that it kind of paved the way for the Scarlet and Violet games coming out later this year to do something good, which I hope they do. Did that just glitch? What the heck? The next game we're going to talk about here today is probably one that everyone's going to have on their list. But Elden Ring, holy moly. What I really like about From Software is that the difficulty never feels forced, right? It's always challenging instead of difficult. And those are two very different things. The difficulty can increase in a game, but the challenge has to stay at this constant level. And I think that is something they do just beautifully. I really think the open world does this game a lot of good, some bad, but a lot of good. When this game first came out, it might be recency bias, but I think I poured 100 hours into it in a week. I think I didn't even do that for XENOBLADE. That's crazy. The soundtrack was awesome. Just the game visually looked incredible. Everything in Elden Ring helped you towards your main goal of becoming Elden Lord. And I just think that's something really good in games nowadays. Just like how Breath of the Wild had destroy Ganon as your main objective, and every single thing you did, kind of added on and helped you in that journey to destroy Ganon. Elden Ring does the same thing, and I feel like that's a very, very important thing for open world games to have, is to have an end goal that you can work towards, and every single thing you do, no matter how big or how small, motivates you towards that goal. I'm a game developer. I know these things. Kirby and the Forgotten Land came out, absolutely owned, and then just left. No one talked about it, which isn't a bad thing. Games don't have to make waves on the internet to say that they're good. Still on the 1.0 version of the game, it didn't need anything. It was perfect, down to the last minute detail. It was great. It was fantastic. I put up videos on the channel if you do want to check it out. That is also for Elden Ring too, but that's only one boss fight. There's not much to say about it other than it's just really good. It's great even. It's fantastic, actually. I'll up it a bit more. It felt like there had been 3D Kirby games for the entirety of the series' lifetime, and that was the best one. Kirby and the Forgotten Land just came out with some of the most banging tunes in the entire series. I'll listen to Northeast Frost Street any day of the week. Holy cow, put that on. This is just a regular level theme. And then it hits you with this, and it's the orchestra comes out. It's like a Disney Pixar movie. Put this bad boy in Frozen. What the heck? Highly recommend you play it if you have a Switch. The 2-player mode is great as well. And yeah, let's talk about our next game, which is also on the Nintendo Switch. If you've been on my streams or just know me as a person or as a creator. Can I say that as a creator now? Yeah, I'm sure I can say. You'll know that Xenoblade Chronicles 3, personal game of the year. I'm gonna get that out of the way, but there's only so much that I can say about Xenoblade Chronicles 3 that I haven't said already. I don't want to get into too much spoilers about Xenoblade 3, but it just keeps going up. I'm gonna say that it just keeps going. Chapter 1, you beat Chapter 1 of the game, and then it's oh my god, this is so incredible. this is great. I want to play more of it. You beat chapter 2. You're like, what the heck? Why was that the end of the chapter? Why was that the end of chapter 2? That felt like a final boss. And then it just keeps going. It just keeps going. I have not seen a game in a while that has a level of quality as high as Xenoblade 3 does, that just keeps getting better over time. The gameplay you're probably going to be seeing on screen right now is just early gameplay, so don't worry about spoilers or anything. But if I were to say anything, I know the Game Awards doesn't necessarily nominate like RPGs like Xenoblade 3, which surprisingly is very beginner friendly. If you want like a game to start off with in the Xenoblade series, I wouldn't say Xenoblade 2. Definitely not. But Xenoblade 1 or Xenoblade 3 are a fantastic place to start. You don't have to play the games in order. So I think it would be very interesting to see someone who's played Xenoblade 3 first go back and play the other 2 games and see all the little callbacks and stuff, because I think that would be awesome. The soundtrack is immaculate. Just the best video game soundtrack I've ever heard. There's dynamic music in the game, it's just the cherry on top. I'm gonna be real. It didn't need dynamic music when you're fighting enemies and stuff, but it did. Even if you don't want to go through all the RPG menu and stuff, there's a button that just lets you auto build the character with the best stats you have. And just choose like, oh, I want Noah to use his sword, and then you just press the Y button. It's like, oh, fill in the slots. And you say yes, game, and it does it for you. And I'm just like, thank you. Now I don't have to sit through the menu, because I'm not an RPG guy. So overall, if you want to play the game of the year, you should play Xenoblade Chronicles 3. It's fantastic. The story will make you literally question life sometimes. But in a good way. I can't emphasize this enough. In a good way. And I never said that I was much of a Splatoon guy. And then I got Xenoblade 3. I mean, not Xenoblade, Splatoon. There's too many threes. I know that Bayonetta 3 just recently came out. I haven't played it yet, so it's not going to be in this video. This video is being recorded as of November 11th. Nope. This video is being recorded as of November 7th. So I know Sonic Frontiers and God of War Ragnarok are coming out. I am very excited for both of those, except they're just not going to be in this video because I'm making it now. And Splatoon 3, I kind of fell out of touch with Splatoon a short while after Splatoon 2 came out. Splatoon 3, it's just good. It reminds me of why I like the original so much. Everything feels snappier, faster. It's more intuitive. The menus and everything, I can just queue up. Oh, it's the systems of the game are really optimized for the player experience, and I feel like that greatly enhances my enjoyment. And even without the multiplayer aspect of Splatoon, the single player alone is fantastic. And yeah, it's a good game. That's all I can say. Is it my personal game of the year? No, but I do think it deserves to be recognized. I do think it deserves to be recognized as one of the best games to come out this year. Yeah. Now, I'd like to hear what you guys would obviously nominate for Game of the Year, or what is your personal Game of the Year in the comments below. Now, granted, let's keep it civil in the comments. Just because we say one thing is great does not mean the other thing is bad. If I say Xenoblade 3 is my Game of the Year, that does not mean Elden Ring, Pokemon Legends, Kirby in the Forgotten Land, and Splatoon 3 are trash, in the garbage, absolute just turds of games. No, they're all fantastic, and that's what Game of the Year is supposed to highlight. The nominees are just the best things to come out of that year. Do be wary of spoilers in the comments. I don't want anyone getting spoiled off these fantastic games. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and subscribe if you've played Xenoblade Chronicles 3.